Welcome to the show. Solve my math puzzle and win $1 million salary and a mighty glory. Facing the opportunity, the students look uninterested, some fleeing, as the challenge seems distant like a dream among stars. Honestly, this math puzzle is like a riddle for the high-end rich. Only 5 geniuses, including the professor, have solved it until an unsuspecting janitor strolled by, looked at it, and boom, the professor gazed at the near-perfect solution on the board, unable to believe his eyes, as several proud students backed off in denial. Oh snap. MIT had another super genius. He's just an unassuming janitor. Next day, the professor enters room packed with eager onlookers. Everyone wants to witness this math prodigy's debut. However, the professor's sincere question leaves students avoiding eye contact, none willing to step forward. The professor, with no choice, presents a century-old challenge studied by his team for 2 years. Let's see the genius strength. But behold, Janitor Will, unfazed, writes the answer on the board, leaving the professor dumbfounded, slacking off. The professor thought Will was doodling, all riled up, shouting, "Hey you, what are you doing, you smart guy? Stop that now." When he turns back to the board, he realizes the puzzle that tormented him and his colleagues for 2 years has been solved by Will. It hits him this young man is the genius he's been dreaming of. But the next day, when he goes to the admin office to look up Will's info, the manager hands him a court summons and turns out Will had just left school when he ran into an old kindergarten bully. In a fit of rage, he called up the boys and gave that bully a serious wake-up call. He got so pumped up that he accidentally hit a cop now facing assault charges. Now he's due for court next week, but Will's shrugging it off like he's on a beach vacation. He's memorized the U.S. Constitution and old cases, clearing his name multiple times. Thanks to his innate abilities, Will might as well be a superhero. He can remember anything he reads after just one glance. He loves reading so much that by age 21, he was well versed in many books. But childhood trauma has twisted his character in painful ways. Left with no choice, he spends his days laying bricks, sweeping, or hanging out at bars. Later that day, after baseball, they headed to a Harvard bar to taste its luxury beer. What is by design 2 Harvard beauties. With a fake history degree up his sleeve, he swoops in and starts charming them. Suddenly, things take a twist when the blonde guy next to them challenges him on that very subject. The blonde dude throws a history question, disguised book insights as his, sparking a family showdown. Thankfully, Will can't just sit there and watch his buddy squirm. He quickly points out the other guy's flaws, armed with knowledge from this history book. The blonde dude attempts to use bookish knowledge for a counterattack, but is ruthlessly and completely torn apart by Will. "You think those are your original ideas? You just want to impress the girls, but often people like you end up doing the opposite." In the 50s, you'd get slapped back to reality and find you've got 2 solid charges hanging over you. 1, don't chase girls like that. The other, $150,000 tuition. Yikes. Seeing he lacks in brains, the blonde dude quickly changes the subject, bragging about his degree. He boasts his unreachably high Harvard diploma compared to Will, but Will shows him what real power looks like. "If you've got an issue, we can step outside to settle it. Shouldn't be a problem." Snap, this is exciting. With the blonde conceding, Will saves face and wins the Harvard beauty's heart. He approaches the icy beauty, saying, "Hey, don't forget to invite me for drinks sometime. I've been waiting 45 minutes for you, and now I'm tired. I think I'll head home." "Me too. But I'll wait for you. Just give me another shot." Before leaving, she gives him her number, hoping Will be bold enough to ask her out next time. What seems like an ordinary number to most is going to be Will's bragging rights. "Would you enjoy eating apples?" "Yeah, I got her number." "Do you enjoy eating apples?" The list of negative allegations against apples is truly endless and overwhelming. Will counters each one, leaving the judge feeling as if he's being provoked. The professor realizes that Will is suffering from quite serious psychological issues. Yet, despite this, here he is, completely versed in American law. Ultimately, Will is jailed for assaulting a cop. Professors decide to bail him out on condition he discusses math weekly. He also has to undergo weekly therapy and comply with reports, otherwise it's back to the Will's cool with math studies but meeting with a shrink. Not a chance. Yet after some inner turmoil, he ultimately chooses to compromise. Now he's the professor's right-hand man. Complex problems become cakewalks with their teamwork. The professor grows fonder of this promising youth, leaving assistants envious, yet Will remains a high and mighty lone wolf, reluctant to share his inner thoughts. To prepare, he reads the therapist's autobiography early, guarding against tricks. He even turns the tables, uncovering the therapist's unspeakable sides. Think you can keep your secret safe from me? What are you even saying? Were you just about to make me a deal?